I didn't think I was going to turn this series into a trilogy, but here we are. I actually went on another search after watching an old video of mine that had a reference I missed. This shouldn't be overly long since there weren't that many I found, but I still wanted to do this. So the reference I spotted on a rewatch came from the future mission Eddie Money. Actually, there's two references in this. This first one is that Eddie says, "Man, I love the smell of money in the morning." This is a reference to "I love the smell of napalm in the morning" from Apocalypse Now.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
The second reference is the name of the mission. The mission title is a play on easy money. Its meaning is to describe money that someone gets without having to make much effort, which is pretty true for Eddie and this mission since we're collecting money for him. It's also the name of a 1983 movie starring Rodney Dangerfield. Next up is the mission Getting Dizzy with It, which is a reference to Will Smith's Getting Jiggy with It.
Getting jiggy with it.
The missions don't have anything to do with the song's title. The mission A Room with a View is a reference to the title of a 1908 book called A Room with a View. This one actually bugged me when I was working on the other two videos, but I couldn't remember what the title was referencing. Magically, it popped in my head and I double-checked it. Room with a View has nothing to do with the book, which was a critique on English society. Room with a View just has the player get a scrying lens for Gwen, help out Grim when he throws a fit, and anything pertaining to the Book of Prophecy. The next three are in references to food. The first is Kibble and Hits, which is a reference to the dog food Kibbles and Bits. The second is Hamburger Helper, which is a flat-out reference to the name product, like word for word. The third is Lego My Echo, which is a reference to the Eggo's phrase, which was Lego My Eggo. Going back to the Hamburger Helper mission, it had a second reference. The Kinkers have you help them clear a path to the cul-de-sac for their Trojan hamburger. This is a reference to the Trojan horse. The Trojan hamburger and horse would work the same way, with the Kinkers hiding inside of it in order to be brought into the cul-de-sac fortress. Unlike the Greeks, who were successful in tricking the Trojans, the Kinkers are not able to get their Trojan hamburger into the fortress. Master of Disaster is actually surprising. It's a reference to Master of Disaster, which is actually a title given to a person. The actor Irwin Allen was called the Master of Disaster because of all the disaster films he was in. It's now a saying that can be used sarcastically, but I just found it interesting that if you type Master of Disaster on Google, the first result is Irwin Allen. This is what I could find. I'll admit I didn't do a deep look into every mission. I skimmed the mission titles and went from there. Don't give me that look. Do you know how many missions there are? There's a lot. I cut out a few that were just references to meanings, like how Kevin Help Us is a reference to Heaven Help Us, and Shock and Ow is a reference to Shock and Awe. I'm debating if I'd even want to collect that just because I feel those are more obvious references. I was trying to look into things like movies and music and such. Chances are I probably won't be doing this. If you've noticed any other references while playing the game, drop it down in the comments below, and I'll see you all later. Oh, and happy Fusiontober!
Getting jiggy with it.